Hi, I'm Danish Dvash, CEO of MallWorld, and I'm back with you again, just sharing experiences so that we can contribute towards an overall growth in the mall industry, as well as for tenants, as well as for landlords. What I saw in the recent past, and after I had an online meeting with MECSC, we I realized that brands and landlords should be working closely together. The management of the malls is more like it because I feel that there is sometimes a disparity, and landlords have higher expectations, and with the diminishing uh, profitability of the retailer, there are issues that will crop up with rents being enhanced over a period of time. And even today, the profitability uh, of retailers is limited, and with it, the margin resiliency that we call it is something which the retail industry has to look into with growing rents. So, very recently, we forged a small formula with medium sized malls, whereby we requested the landlord to contribute significantly towards having brands coming in on board. And after an intense negotiation of nearly 2 months, we finally realized that if we contribute towards lowering the investment cost of a tenant coming into the mall, then the likelihood of that tenant signing up is much higher. Now, in this very case, what we did was we requested the landlord to contribute towards the entire HVAC and the flooring and the glassworks. And for stores that are in excess of 3,000 square feet, we also insisted that we should have the false ceiling done with the fire sprinklers, etc. And the guidelines of the design and the paintworks would be provided by the tenant. So it's not that we would provide low cost flooring. No, we provide something that's more or less in line with what the tenant requires. This turned out to be very beneficial, because a huge sum of money is saved by the tenant in these pandemic times. Number one. Number two is we're not going to ask for a payback, because eventually what happens is after 5 years or 10 years or 7 years, the tenant, when he does leave, he doesn't take back the tiles with him. He doesn't take out the HVAC with him. So we want this to be part of a landlord contribution on a permanent basis. It has been very difficult for me to coordinate this with landlords, but eventually I've been successful with three. So hopefully, tenants who come on a first come first serve basis will get this benefit, because we cannot really wait for timings. And I also suggest to you guys out there who are in the industry, who are also struggling to build our retail market, is communicate this with with the landlord, and tell them that this is the best thing that we should do. Why? And what are we selling? We are selling the location. We are selling a mall's asset. And if you ask the landlords today, especially those which have got apartments on top, their profit margin is already coming out from the apartment. So the mall is actually a bonus. So whatever we do, we have to do it intelligently so that the retailers can expand their businesses. And believe it or not, once you do it, it just starts as a domino effect. And then what will happen is brands will come up mushrooming even closer. After having spoken to a couple of heads of companies, they have said that, oh, Danish, there's going to be a cannibalization effect. I said, no, there won't be cannibalization effect. I'm not telling you to open a store next door to each other. The fact of the matter is, if you even open 2 kilometers from apart or 3 kilometers apart, it doesn't matter. Why? Is because the access routes should be considered. So when one location is say 3 to 5 kilometers apart, the access to those routes are different, and the residential peripheries, the primary, the secondary, and the tertiary areas are what is considered. Now, with the growing influx of residential housing in areas, demands that there should be more shopping malls. And what people are looking for today is convenience on reaching to their destination. Many people don't like to go to big malls. Many people like to go to a medium sized mall. Many people want to just walk in with a focused intention to buy something specific and walk out. It is what they see on the way, which we call experience, is what actually stimulates them to make unplanned purchases. So this is what we really saw, and then this coming week I will be speaking with a lot of customers to see what is it that triggers them, what stimulates them to come to a shopping mall, what brands do they love, what is it that they see, and what is the time that they spend in a shopping mall on average, and what stimulates their mindset. There are people who come in and just lounge around who are window shoppers. However, how do we make the sales happen? So, with a large footfall, or average footfall, or a small footfall, what one needs to think about is it a shopper who's coming, or is it a guy who's just coming for window shopping? So, over there, you come in with intelligent loyalty programs. This is something which we are going to be discussing in our next video, in terms of how we convert footfall who come into the mall into shoppers, and how we stimulate them to make a purchase so that share of wallet can be spent in that specific shopping mall. So that's all for now, and I thought I should share this with you all. And it's always interesting to know, because customers are continuously wanting to discover something new, and this entire love affair with the customer and the shopping mall is just to give them something new, a new experience. And hopefully, when I get back, we'll share something really nice and delightful for you all that will benefit the retailers as well as shopping mall management and shopping mall owners. Thank you. Bye bye.